Hi guys, Brad Hawthorne with Tuned Up Custom Rods. Well, if you guys haven't heard, Tuned Up has the new Eclipse series trolling rods that comes in 6 foot, 7.5, 8.5, and 9.5. And from 7.5 on up, all these rods telescope. So we got our 6 footers right here on our 2 inside planer board rods. Then I've got my 7.6 up here on the 3rd one, and then I got my 9.6 up there on the furthest board out. And you kind of see how they got a perfect bend to them. Now, this 9.6 right here is the perfect lead core rod. We spent a lot of time on these rods on fish holding ability, because that's the most important part of a trolling rod, is once you get bit, to be able to handle fish of all different sizes. So you're not, you know, the rod's not too stiff. You can still see the action. We spent months and months and months putting from small number 4 size lures, number 3 size lures on these rods, and making sure that you could still see the action on the tip, even with monofilament or fluorocarbon leaders on your lead core. So that's what they messed with basically tip design. The backbone was easy to get, a nice moderate backbone to be able to hold those fish. But the most important part again was being able to see those crankbaits when you have 150, 200 feet of line out there, so you know whether or not you're fouled or not. So that was the hardest part of getting that dialed in. And one of the cool parts we did about these rods, it says your length of the rod when it's collapsed. So when it's in your rod locker, you're not hunting, because they all look the same. If you're like me and you have 6 or 8 different setups, and it's hard to tell which rod is which, by simply just looking ahead of the rod just like normal, you're gonna be able to tell which rod to grab and to put out. And then when you extend it, just goes right up there, and that's how you tell. That's another cool part. That was part of the final design process on the rods, just kind of fine-tuning them, figuring out, okay, we want a really solid professional trolling rod that's going to be super durable and super functional.